Today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of a low carb diet. Hi everybody, welcome to this week's video. This is Dr. Hood, medical doctor here to help busy people like you eat more and exercise smartly so you can get lean, stay fit and stay healthy. If this is your first time on this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified about videos which I'm going to post on a weekly basis. Today I'm going to talk about the benefits of a low carbohydrate or low carb diet and talk about the benefits for your health both in the short term and the long term. Before we start talking about the benefits of a low carb diet, we need some context and some background. Over the last 100 years or so, we, particularly in Western society, have eaten in a way which we never have previously in human history. For a variety of reasons, not only have we increased the amount of sugar and processed carbohydrates in our diet, but we've also reduced the amount of healthy fats that we eat. This has contributed to an epidemic of obesity and diabetes in both children and adults. In addition, the role of carbohydrates and sugar in the development of heart disease and cancer is becoming more apparent. A low carbohydrate diet has been around for decades, but in recent years it's become more popular as we've realized that a key to controlling weight and improving health is managing carbohydrate and sugar intake. Opponents of the low carbohydrate diet argue that we shouldn't focus on one particular nutrient and that everything should be eaten in moderation. However, my argument, and this is supported by many clinicians and scientists, is that not all nutrients are equal and that we need to focus on nutrients that both nourish us and fill us up. A diet that is based around carbohydrates and starchy vegetables is relatively poor in nutrition and causes more harm than good when compared to a diet that is based around non-starchy green vegetables, healthy fats and protein. In addition, a diet that is higher in good fats is more filling and does not have the same effects on fat-storing hormones like insulin, nor does it stimulate inflammation like sugar does. This is not to say that processed carbohydrates and sugar can't be eaten in moderation or as treats. The point is to minimize their intake and not to base your diet around starchy vegetables and carbs. If you take a step back and think objectively why we eat, you'll realize that it's quite natural for humans to eat a low carbohydrate diet. Essentially, you eat to nourish your body, to provide it with the macronutrients and micronutrients that allow your body to grow, to function and to repair. Your body can produce certain macronutrients like carbohydrates, like amino acids that make up proteins and fatty acids that make up fats. But it needs a lot of macronutrients and micronutrients like vitamins and minerals from external sources, i.e. your diet. For example, there are things called essential amino acids and essential fatty acids, which are components of proteins and fats respectively that your body must obtain from external sources from your diet. It also needs micronutrients like vitamins and minerals from a variety of sources including plants, meat and dairy. Your body has no essential need for carbohydrates from your diet compared to the essential need for fats and proteins. What I mean by that is your body is able to produce all the carbohydrates it needs for its normal functions and is not dependent on any carbohydrates from your diet. Just to be clear, I'm not advocating a zero carbohydrate diet or anyone to go to that extreme level. But purely from a physiological and science point of view, your body is not dependent on carbohydrates from your diet and can do very well on a low carbohydrate diet. So it is in that context that we can think about the potential benefits of a low carbohydrate diet and the potential benefits of a diet that is higher in healthy fats and higher in protein. So what are the problems of a diet based around carbs and what are the health benefits of going low carb? Essentially, a diet that is based around processed carbohydrates such as white bread, pasta or white rice, or starchy vegetables like potatoes results in three things. Firstly, sustained and continued stimulation of the fat-storing hormone insulin, resulting in fat deposition in fat cells and eventually insulin resistance and diabetes. Secondly, high levels of the sweet molecule fructose having effects on liver metabolism, resulting in accumulation of fat in the liver, which leads to insulin resistance and contributes to obesity. And thirdly, an increase in inflammation in our body due to the effect of glucose on our cells and also our gut bacteria. So here are some of the benefits of going on a low carbohydrate diet. Number 1 is losing weight and getting and staying lean. A low carbohydrate or ketogenic diet is the most effective way of burning fat and getting lean. When you minimize sugar and processed carbohydrates in your diet, you minimize the stimulation of insulin, a hormone that tells your body to store fat. In addition, when you eat more fat, you shift your body's metabolism so that it relies less on sugar and carbohydrates as a source of energy and relies more on fats and ketones, which are fat byproducts. This results in your body burning fat as a source of fuel, both fat from your diet and also fat that's on your body. In the description below, I provide a link to a nice document by Public Health Collaboration UK. This looks at trials comparing low-fat and low-carbohydrate diets, and the overall summary is that low-carbohydrate diets are superior in the short and long term in helping you stay and get lean. Number 2 is a reduced risk of heart disease and diabetes. A carbohydrate-based diet results in continued and sustained release of insulin by the pancreas, and this results in burnout of the pancreas eventually, insulin resistance and diabetes. Diabetes and pre-diabetes are significant risk factors for the development of heart disease, but sugar itself is also an independent risk factor for development of heart disease, heart attacks and so on. And I provide a link to one study that shows this in the description below. Number 3, going on a low carbohydrate diet means eating more of the foods that will actually nourish you. This may sound obvious, but you want to base your diet around foods that will actually benefit you and your body. Of course, this doesn't mean that you can eat whatever you want whenever you want. You should still stick to eating when you're hungry, as overeating any kinds of food are probably not great for optimal health. Number 4, going on a low carbohydrate diet results in fewer cravings and less likelihood of feeling hungry. Many people who go on low carbohydrate diets describe a reduction in hunger pangs and cravings. People describe waking up not feeling hungry and only requiring small portions of food to feel full. This is due to a combination of things. Firstly, when you eat processed carbohydrates and sugar, this results in a quick elevation of sugar in your bloodstream, followed by an immediate crash, resulting in not only you feeling hungry, but also lethargic. Secondly, fats and proteins stimulate the hormones in your body that tell you that you feel full, the satiety hormones, much better than any carbohydrates. Other possible benefits of the low carbohydrate diet include increased energy levels, increased concentration, and possibly improvement in bowel symptoms such as irritable bowel. There's also a lot of lab evidence linking sugar to cancer, so therefore a low carbohydrate and low sugar diet should reduce the risk of developing cancer in the future. Now there is one important thing I want to finish on. A low carbohydrate diet is only beneficial if you replace the carbohydrates with other foods that will nourish your body. The aim of going on a low carbohydrate diet is not to aim for a low calorie diet, as low calorie diets are bad for your body and are not sustainable both in the short and long term and often don't work. I talk about this in another video of mine which I provide a link for in the description below. Instead, you need to replace the carbohydrates you cut out with other good sources of nutrition, focusing on non-starchy vegetables, healthy fats and protein. That way you can nourish your body, enjoy your meals and stick to a diet that is sustainable both in the short and long term. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, then please consider subscribing so that you can be notified about videos which I'm going to post on a weekly basis. To find out more about how I cut out carbs and eat more nutrient-dense foods, then grab a copy of my free ebook. A link for it is provided in the description below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.